Hello everybody! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. So the 10-inch worm. Everybody knows a 10-inch worm, right? You've got your big Berkley 10-inch worms. You got your Culprit 10-inch worms. 6th Sense makes some 10-inch worms. There's a lot of companies that make big 10-inch worms that a lot of people throw. But have you ever heard about the Sultan from Jaltech? Well, now you have. This is Heavy Z Fishing. All right, so that's what we're talking about today. My favorite 10-inch worm is the Jaltech Sultan, by far, without a doubt. Now, if you don't know, Jaltech is out of my hometown, Forney, Texas, operated by a guy named Colt. Great dude. And he has sent me quite a few Sultans over the past few months, and I love them. Why do I love them? Well, first, let's talk about the worm itself. So, of course, when you open the package, oh, that garlic hits you out of left field. It's absolutely amazing, and the fish just move, they munch on it, and they will not let go. Second, let's talk about the durability. These things are just absolutely great on the durability scale. Now, let's talk about the looks. This is one of my favorite colors. This is red bug. It is literally like a maroon with green specks. It looks killer in the water. And look at that ribbon tail. It has action like you will not find in another 10-inch worm. And finally, the last reason is because this entire bottom section is flat. Do you see that? It's not round, it's flat. There's the top, maybe hard to tell is round, that is flat. That bottom side is completely flat. So when that worm lays on the bottom, dude, it lays flat. Just like that. Absolutely amazing. Okay, now, why else is the Sultan 10-inch worm my favorite? Okay, well, we talked about it being from Jaltech, and I do love Jaltech stuff. We talked about the amazing scent, the durability, and the action. But let's talk about the amazing choice of colors the Sultan can come in. And this isn't even half of the colors they option. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 different colors here, right? So let's go through some of them. Of course, the red bug, one of my favorites. Okay, you have a classic muddy water sleeper, black and blue flake. Just a straight up dope. I mean, look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? Every time I open these Jaltech worms and I look at them, I want to eat them. I want to eat them like a, what are those things? A Twizzler. Tried and true, probably the goat. A lot of people would consider this the goat color. Green pumpkin. Solid green pumpkin. Dope. Dude, I am losing control over here. Spoiler alert, new color. I don't know how many guys have their hands on this, but I do. This is motor oil. Now, I don't know if you, look, you can tell. But it's crazy. Whenever you hold it away from the light, I don't know if you'll be able to see, it just looks green. It literally looks green. But then when you hold it up to the light, you get that brown. Dude, super dope. Look at that tail. Look at that motor oil. That motor oil is sick. I only got 1 pack of these and I have not thrown them yet. I need to. I've been kind of stuck on the red bug right now. A staple for Texas and a lot of other states in the South. Watermelon red. Solid, just dope color. Classic. What else do I have? Okay, now here's a color that's a little bit, you know, what I consider off the wall, crazier color that you don't really see. This is called mistletoe, right? But I do like it. This is like a green pumpkin mixed with, this is like a green pumpkin that has really bright red and green specks in it, or glitter in it, like Christmas time. The mistletoe. Can you see those red and green glitters? Now, I know probably on camera it doesn't do it justice, but when you see these in person, dude, they're dope. Okay, so those are some of the Sultans that I have, right? And like we said, the durability, the scent, the action in the water of that ribbon tail is just like none I've ever seen before. So yeah, watermelon red, mistletoe, motor oil, green pumpkin, black and blue, and red bug. That's what I have right now. Now let's talk about how do I fish the Jaltech Sultan. Well, right now, there are predominantly two ways that I fish this Sultan. Number one is what I like to call a wobble head, right? A wobble head or a swing shaker. I think they have all kinds of different names. This is the Core X football jig from 6th Sense. And basically what this is just a free swinging, bottom dwelling presentation. So you're just going to scoot this along the bottom and that worm is just going to do this all crazy back there. But it also you can flip and pitch this as well. So if you can see, it's got a spring there. What we're going to do, we're just going to do this live and direct. All you want to do is screw that on, just like so. And then make sure you get it nice and straight and not too far up on that swivel. Just like that. Out and in. And then you can just skin hook it there. So there it is. So there it is, rigged up on a wobble head. 10-inch Sultan, black and blue. I know what you're thinking. At least I hope I know what you're thinking. Dude, that looks dope. That's going to get smoked. And they do. Man, this, especially now, the big worm presentation, dragging a worm. Is there any better way? My favorite way to drag a worm, period, is on a wobble head or a swing shaker. It's just you feel everything and you know that worm's just down there going crazy. So that is my favorite way to throw the Sultan. Second favorite way. Let's get us another color here. You know what? Let's get us a watermelon red. Presentation number 2 is a Tokyo rig. What is a Tokyo rig? So a Tokyo rig is basically, you have your hook, right? And then you have a metal leader with weights. So this weight is going to sit at the bottom and this hook is going to be free floating. So that is my second. We're going to go ahead and just rig this up here. Live and direct. Come out and up. Come out, up, skin hook. So there is the Tokyo rig. So these, as you can tell, these weights are just going to dangle, just like this. Where do I like to fish the Tokyo rig with the Sultan? Man, really bridges, ledges, riprap, anything like that, deep timber drop-offs are great. It's a great place, man. And you could literally treat this like a Texas rig. Anywhere you would throw a Texas rig, you could throw this. Anywhere you would throw a Texas rig worm, you could throw a wobble head. They're just different presentations. That's why I like them. I really haven't flipped a Texas rig. Oh, I'll take that back. You know, I like to punch heavy grass and mats and stuff, and your big punching weight, Texas rig is going to be the best for that. But other than that, man, Tokyo rig and a wobble head, different presentation, something that the bass don't see like they used to see a Texas rig, you know. On these Sultans, on the Tokyo rigs, and on the wobble heads, what am I throwing them on? What type of rod, reel, and line? So for a Tokyo rig, I'm going myself personally, depending on where I'm fishing, you know, what the structure is. I'm going a 7-foot to a 7'3" medium heavy, moderate fast to fast action rod. I'm going 15 to 20 pound fluoro, depending on conditions, and I'm going, you know, somewhere around a 7 to 7.3 gear ratio. You also got to take into consideration, I'm on a kayak, so a lot of times I'm throwing rods that are more versatile for me because I can only carry so many. On my swing shaker, if you 7'3", heavy, moderate fast. Why that? Because it just got a little bit of a moderate fast action to where I would feel comfortable spooling this up on 20 pound fluoro. I know it's a little heavy. I may drop it down to 17, but the great thing about that rod is if this isn't working and I want to flip a jig, I can cut this off, put a flipping jig on there, same rod, and just bounce back and forth these two. Same thing, I'm going to 7 to 7.3 gear ratio. I mean, you can literally fish whatever you want, whatever gear ratio, whatever rod, whatever line. That's just what works best for me. There it is. There is the best 10-inch worm on the market. It's a watermelon red, and a black and blue flake. Tokyo rig, wobble head, swing head jig, whatever you want to call it. Those are my 2 favorite ways to throw the Sultan. And guess what? Right now on Hendrick's Fishing, you can get packs of Sultans. I don't know exactly what colors are available. I believe he has 3 colors on there. And then you can jump on there, use our discode count. Daniel will put it somewhere up here on the screen and get you some Sultans. So if you're ready to take your 10-inch worm game, your Magnum worm, to the next level, especially right now, it's getting hot, throwing them on ledges, throwing them on deep main lake points with heavy timber, heavy cover, heavy rocks, dude, pick you up some Sultans, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. But that's it. That's just a quick little run through of the Sultan, why I like to use it, how I like to use it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm Dylan Zamalik from Heavy Z Fishing, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.